Di ano punta sa ikaduhang nga topic, this is all about oxidation and reduction. Kung oxidation originally referred to an elements combined with oxygen. But remember that, dili tanang panahon nga kana siya gitawag og oxidation basta kung wala gyud oxygen. Kay walay oxygen, so dili na siya oxidation. Na example ana nga ningon anang oxidation referred to as a reaction of all elements of oxygen with an elements or a compound. Say, for example, H2O2 is equal to water. So this is an example of oxidation reduction or oxidation reaction. Kaya ningon man dito kung naay oxygen, oxidation. Muna siya gitawag og oxidation reaction. Kung naay presence of oxygen nga ni-react sa other elements. Reduction. Kung sa'yo naka-differensya ni, reduction is the removal of oxygen from the reaction. So, removal of oxygen from the reaction. Say, for example, remember that this is iron 3 oxide or iron oxide. Kaning oxygen i-remove, so mahimo siyang that is why mahimo siyang reduction. So ma-separate ang oxygen from iron. So ganon. So there. So muna siya oxidation reaction because of the presence of oxygen. Reduction is the removal of oxygen. Pero dili sa tanang panahon nga naa siya oxygen ang iyang kauban diri. Naapoy tendency kung for example, may ka na nga oxidation di ay na sir nga wala may oxygen, pwede ra gihapon. So like example, sodium plus chlorine is equal to sodium chloride. May ka diri nga is this actually an oxidation reaction, sir? It can be. Kahit tungod, there is actually a gain of electrons and losing of electrons. So, meaning to say, ang oxidation or reduction reaction, dili kay mo ka na nga na ay presence of oxygen, na apoy removal of oxygen. Another thing is, ang kasabot na siya nga oxidation or reduction, kaya ang oxidation, losing of electrons, ang reduction is gaining of electrons. Say for example, in this kind, 0 is the oxidation number for sodium. Likewise, chlorine gas is also 0. But in this case, chlorine is negative because it belongs to group 7A. Therefore, it has an oxidation number of negative 1. Ang sodium, kay ningon dito sa atong rule sa oxidation number of oxidation reaction, oxidation number, ang sodium belongs to group 1A, so therefore, it has positive 1. So look at this one. Gikan sa sodium 0, nahimo siyang sodium positive 1. For in the case for chlorine gas 0, nahimo siyang chlorine gas ions, chlorine ions. So, asa may gitawag ani og oxidation o asa man dinhi ang reduction. Okay, ganito. Di ba niyan tong oxidation? Losing of electrons. So, losing of electrons meaning this particular things is what we call oxidize. Ni oxidize siya, kay nilos siya of electrons. So, in the case for chlorine, ni-gain siya og electrons. Nga naman, gikan sa 0, nahimo siyang negative. So, this is reduce. Ni-reduce siya. So, pag-reduce siya, kay gikan sa 0, nahimo mang negative. So, ni-reduce. Dili, ni-oxidize, kay ni-gain siya og ni-lose siya og electrons. Kaya gikan 0, paingon siya positive 1. So, 0 to positive 1, meaning increasing ang iyang oxidation. Dili, decreasing of oxidation. Kari, increasing of oxidation. Dili, decreasing oxidation.
Ako ka pangutanaon niya.
So, kasi may pangutana.
Kaya iba ka gain. Anong gain? Di ba dugang? Di ba laging dihang reduce?
Ni-gain siya electrons. Kaya gikan sa positive zero, nahimo man siyang negative.
Negative. So, reduce.
Ni-reduce siya o ako to ang oxidation number. Pero, ni-gain siya o electrons.
Ay, electrons dito.
Ang electrons mo niya ni-gain, ni-reduce ang iyang oxidation number. Then, ni-loss siyang electrons, kaya gikan sa zero, nahimo mo siyang positive. So, ni-loss siyang electrons, ni-gain, ni-increase ang iyang oxidation number. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Another example. Atong i-determine kung hain ko ng oxidation or reduction. Aluminum plus copper 2. Positive. Aluminum, positive 3 plus copper. Okay. Good morning. Ari butang na din kuha ra dia.
Dito siya.
B kanya siya din kuha nang perma lang. Now look at this one. Aluminum nahimo siyang positive 3. So, gikan sa 0, paingon siya sa positive 3, nahimo siyang na-oxidize. Ni-oxidize, therefore, kung saan man ito ni-oxidize, ni-increase ang iyang oxidation number. Then, once it increases its oxidation number, by the way, kung mo-oxidize, naa siya reducing agent na siya. Consider na siya reducing agent.
Mas masabot ng reducing agent.
Sa ato pa, nilos siya o electrons.
Anong reducing agent?
Reducing agent. Increasing ang iyang oxidation number. Okay. For the case of copper positive 2, nahimo siyang 0. So, copper positive 0. So, this is positive 0, no? 0. So, meaning to say, the oxidation number reduces. So, mo reduce, mutawag na nato siyang reduce. Kung mo reduce, it has an oxidizing agent. It is considered as oxidizing agent.
Reduce. Sa'yo naman.
Kani siya, muna siya oxidation.
Ito,
Kaya loss na siya. Kani, reduction. Reduction kay, ni-gain siya o electrons. Klaro na. Masabot ra kay
Sabot raman di ay. Sa kamo ba og kinahanglan ko na discussion alam mo ka sir og kasabot baka ko glass ko.
Next, let us have another example.
Chemistry ni no?
Kana pa ta diri sa oxidation reduction.
Sayon ra mga langga. Goodness.
Aluminum plus hydrogen plus aluminum 3 plus hydrogen 2. Okay. Again, aluminum from 0 to 3.
Plus.
So, nahimo siyang ni loss siya og electron. So, oxidize.
Yan ra.
Then siya kung oxidize, reducing agent. Ang hydrogen plus positive, nahimo siyang 0. So, ni-reduce. So, kung ma-reduce, it is considered as oxidizing agent. So, this is an oxidation reaction and this is our reduction reaction. So, dili sa tanang panahon, nga may kang oxidation reaction kung oxygen ragud ang naa. Kaya ni sila, wala yung oxygen, pero makonsider mo ito nga naa siya reduction, na po siya oxidation reaction.
Dili ko nag-oxygen mag-refer ka sa oxygen tanan.
Sa oxygen.
Agad na oxygen.
Okay. So, in other examples, or in the examples above, the examples that we had, the source of electrons which cause the reduction of chlorine gas, copper ion, and hydrogen ion are for chlorine gas, for sodium and chlorine ions is aluminum. And for hydrogen ion is aluminum dust, sodium, aluminum, and the one that oxidize. So kato, di ba? Kani aluminum o hydrogen. Kani aluminum o copper. Kani
Iron. Sa to? Saan na siya?
chlorine o
Sa to sa? Ganihan. Chlorine o...
chlorine o aluminum. Yes.
Aluminum
Sodium o
chlorine.
chlorine. So, sodium o chlorine. So, therefore, ang sodium mo may ni-oxidize, aluminum ano mo ni-oxidize. In this particular example, aluminum also is considered the one that oxidize. So, kung the one that oxidize, it has a reducing agent, and the one that reduce, it has an oxidizing agent. So, makonsider siyang oxidizing agent, dili it has. Makonsider siyang oxidizing agent. Okay, let us proceed to classify reaction as redox and non-redox. So, pag-classify po sa redox o non-redox, ato pong tanawon, there will be a change in oxidation number. Nabay kausbanan ang oxidation number. Kung manaay kausbanan, so pananglitan, in this particular example, magnesium reacted with chlorine gas. So it becomes magnesium chloride. So look at the oxidation number for magnesium is 0 because it is a single element. Then chlorine is also a single element, 0. But in the case of it is a combination of two elements, it becomes, we can consider their oxidation number based on their rules, based on the rules. So for chlorine, since it belongs to group 7A, so it has -1. For magnesium, belongs to group 2A, it has +2. Okay. So 1 times 2, -1 times 2 is 2. -2, 0. So that is why kung makompound, it's considered as 0. So from magnesium to Mg2 plus positive. So, unsa man ni loss or ni gain? So, kung gikan sa 0, paingon sa positive, kung ni increase ang ilang oxidation number, so mahimo siyang gitawag o ni oxidize.
Oxidize din na.
Ni oxidize, so it has reducing agent. So, it consider as reducing agent. Basta ma-increase ang ilang oxidation number. Kaya basta nung consider kaniya lagi sir, kung mo oxidize, dapat oxidizing agent. Dili, moron. Dili. Kung mo oxidize, mo reduce ang iyahang. So it has a reducing agent because it loses its electrons. Muna gitawag og reducing agent. In the case for chlorine, chlorine has positive 0. So it becomes chlorine -1. So therefore, na negative man gikan sa 0 minus 1 ni decrease ang iyahang oxidation number. So muna gitawag og reduce. Kung once it reduce, it is oxidizing agent. Now, therefore, karon kay there is a change in their atomic or there is a change in their oxidation number. This is considered as redox reaction.
Redox. Singa na po.
Redox reaction. Kay na may kausbanan ang iyahang oxidation number. Gikan sa 0, nahimo siyang +2. Gikan sa 0, nahimo siyang -1. So there's
redox reaction.
Redox reaction. Let us have an example nga naa walay change.
Wala change. Constant.
Wala change ang ilang oxidation number. Like for example, this one. Calcium carbonate. It will break down to calcium oxide to carbon dioxide. Look at this. Oxygen, it is always -2. Calcium belongs to group 2A, so it has +2. Carbon, since there are two numbers, there are two oxidation number of carbon, either +4 or -4. So therefore, we are going to consider the +4. Why? Because -2 times 3 is -6. 2 minus 6, 4. -4. But since 2 plus 4 is 6. 6. So therefore, 2 plus 4 is 6 minus 6 is 0. So there. So +4 ang iyahang oxidation number for carbon. Again, -2, +2, +2. For carbon, again, -2, +4. Look at their oxidation number. For calcium, duha. Dire, +2. Walay kausbanan. For carbon, +4. Dire po, +4. So, walay kausbanan. For in the case of oxygen, this is -2, -2, -2. So, walay kausbanan. That is why this reaction is considered as non-redox reaction. Bantayin ninyo ni class, ha? Karing example
Redox.
muna redox reaction. Kay naay kausbanan ang iyang oxidation number. Dire, wala. Kay wala nausob ang calcium, wala nausob ang oxygen, wala po nausob ang carbon. So that is why this is considered as non-redox reaction. Is there any question?
Wala na. Sayo na ng redox of redox of non-redox.
Inyong ansira ning mga exercise, ha? Exercises.
Mag-exercise.
Tayo sa tuwing umaga. Ato na po, isunod ang balancing redox reaction. So in balancing the redox reaction, we have to follow 5 steps. Again, we are going to consider the oxidation number of each element present in that particular reaction. Example na ito.
Group 1 ka ba doon?
Siya, di ka sabot.
Ito. Saan naman din na?
Magnesium HCl, magnesium chloride, plus hydrogen.
Balancing na nino.
Again. So, let us assign the oxidation number for magnesium. Since magnesium, kay Gainosara, 0. Chlorine, -1. Hydrogen, +1. Magnesium is 2. And chlorine is -1. And hydrogen is 0. Ang imo na buhaton, kay since there are 3 elements present in this particular reaction, ang imo rang tan-awon katurang na usob ang oxidation number. For magnesium, do you think we are going to consider the chlorine? Chlorine is -1 and likewise here -1. So dili na i-consider. Ang ato i-consider kaning magnesium o hydrogen. For in the case of magnesium, gikan sa 0, nahimo siyang +2. And in the case for
Hydrogen.
gikan sa +1, nahimo siyang 0. Okay, that's it. This is the first step, assigning the oxidation number. The second step is we have to determine the oxidation and reduction. So, kanimoy oxidation, kanimoy reduction.
Obvious.
Obvious kayo. Kung nagikan sa positive ang 0, nimo positive 2, increasing ilang oxidation number. So, diri decreasing ang oxidation number. So, muna gitawag og reduction. Second step, balance the number. So, this is the second step. Third step, balance the number of atoms by placing the appropriate coefficient of its species. Okay. In the case for magnesium, walay problema ang magnesium. Kay pareha raman silang tagsa. Tagsa. For hydrogen, ang hydrogen, duha ka hydrogen dias pikas, diri, kinahanglan natong butangan og 2. Haron balansi.
Tagsa rin yung magnesium.
May number diri. Halipod, hydrogen, walay number diri, so naay duha diri. So sa ato pa, haron mabalansi, butangan natong duha diha sa ang unahan. Ang pagbutang yun sa number, it should be placed before the elements. Next, balance the number of electrons. So step 4. Number of electrons. Anyway, nara maklaro kay ni diri sa inyong module kung giunsa. So for the meantime, ato lang balance number 4. This is 4. Balance the number of electrons. Kani, 0 man ni diri. Diri positive 2. Pila may atong giad, haron mahimo siyang 0. Pila ka electrons sa atong giad? Duha ka electrons.
Para mahimo siyang 0.
Haron siya positive 2, negative 2, so mahimo siyang 0. Balansin na for magnesium.
Next.
For hydrogen, diri 0. Diri na nga tayo duha ka positive. Pila man tayo dugang nga diha nga mahimo siyang 0. So duha gihapon ka electrons. Kay 2 times 1 is positive 2. Minus 2 electrons sa himo siyang 0. So therefore, number 5, we are now ready to write the balance equation. So overall redox reaction. Kani makancel na. Wa na siya. Ang nabilin, magnesium plus 2 hydrogen ions, then magnesium ions plus hydrogen gas. That's it. They are now already the overall redox reaction. Okay, let us have another example. Okay, let us not just focus on one example. Okay, to make it more, what we call this one, karon pa mas klaro jud. So in the case of kaning lisod-lisod, Kani siya. Aluminum plus hydrogen gas. Mas na isa.
Magkuhan gapon ka nag 5 steps.
5 steps gyapon. To aluminum positive 3 plus hydrogen gas. Okay. Again, unahan natong buhaton, assign the oxidation number. So 0. First step. Positive 1. Okay, whatever is the ions that is placed above the element, that will be considered as the oxidation number. For aluminum here, we have positive 3. And since hydrogen gas, gausa raman na molecule, so 0. Second, determine the oxidation. Oxidation and reduction. Asa ang oxidation, asa ang reduction. So for oxidation, aluminum, nahimo siyang aluminum 3+. 3+ or plus 3, that's it. Pareha na. Dayong for reduction, hydrogen plus, nahimo siyang 0. Hindi na nakutang 0. Understood na. Third step, balancing. For aluminum, walay problema. Kay pagsaraman sila. For hydrogen, so diri duha. So butangan nato siya o duha diri.
Tagsa rin ala namin ng anak, tagsa rin siya.
Oh, what may number din sa kwan.
sige.
So, automatic na tagsa. Sa number 4, step 4, balancing the number of electrons. For aluminum, 3 plus. So, aron may mo siyang 0, dugangan og tulo ka electrons. Then, for hydrogen, plus H2. So, aron may mo siyang 0, dugangan duha ka electrons. Since sa number 5 nato kanina nga atong elimination round. So pag eliminate, so we are going to look at the number of electrons. In this case, we have 2. In here, 3. Then, what is common to 3 and 2? 6. So multiply nato na siya 2, i-multiply nato ni siya o 3. Okay, say good morning, dali. Dili na. Unsa na siyang set?
C.
Si
Yes, sir.
Atla si
Strapon.
Leia Estrabon.
Oo, sugo naman gusto.
Dala Estrabon. Dili ra siya. Alain ko. Dili ra butang na din kuha ko sa ari.
Ang sa
Ipay man mo. Signature ra diya nimo. Okay, pasabot na diya. Okay. So, ano siya mas-step? So, multiply na nato siya 2. Nahimo na 2 aluminum. Di ra na tanan day. Kanina day kanina. Ayun na kay ari na. Dili pa man na. Kana ra dipita na. At kung bilog man ang utang lugawa sa kanila. Sige ra.
Salamat, sir.
Okay. Aluminum 2 3 plus. Dahil nahimo siya 6 electrons. Then in the case for this, nahimo siyang 6 electrons. The 3 times 2, nahimo siyang 6 hydrogen plus. Then 3 times this one, so nahimo siyang 3H2. So this time, we can cancel this out. Cancel, cancel. So nahimo ang balance niya 2 aluminum plus 6 hydrogen plus. Nahimo siyang 2 aluminum 3 plus, then plus 3 hydrogen gas. And this is the balance equation. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Okay. So, igo na.
Tapos na.
Mana.